What's up, guys? It's Drac, and it's time to say nice things about Hasbro. Now, I know. We have not had a good run with the mothership in like the last 3 years. They have really been phoning it in. They've been picking up intellectual properties they have nothing to do with and insane cash grabs. They've been designing in-house properties with DRM and all sorts of like negligent features inside that are very anti-consumer, but this one's pretty good. This is a pretty good tie-in. And I attribute that partially to like some genuine design, and I also attribute that partially to the fact that they own both of these properties. This is Nerf and Dungeons and Dragons. Of course, a long time ago, Wizards of the Coast picks up D&D, nurtures it for a little while, and then Hasbro picks up Wizards of the Coast. Now, I've had a storied history with Wizards of the Coast where sometimes you love them, sometimes you hate them. I'd give anything to live on Innistrad, but here we are with the Dungeons and Dragons crossover, and I think that combining two worlds that they have complete control over has led to actually some really, really exciting, really good creative and industrial design. So this is called the Fireshot. It's not. It would be the veritable cantrip of the line. There's also a bow, and there's a more rifle style of this entire this line. They're calling it the DragonPower line. If you look on the back, you've got like a D&D map. You've got this original character. I don't recognize this guy. It's not like he's Strahd or anybody like that. Ironically, it looks a little bit like how I did on YouTube in 2014. You guys see the resemblance? He's got a full face mask. His hair's down to his shoulders. He's wearing armor. He has a dragon. I don't know. Anyway, I wish that I could fire shots or fire bolts with mere magic. So this is pretty cool. The darts look like they're proprietary. The blaster itself, of course, is proprietary. Unique shell design and tried and true, I guess, form and function. So this is your classic fire strike, your night finder, your lock and load, whatever you want to call it. This is a single shot pullback pistol. Now, the exciting thing about this is that usually when these are commercial tie-ins and they have to pay somebody else like Overwatch or like Minecraft or whatever, you wind up with way less value for your money. But since I think these are both in-house properties, we wind up with this one coming in at a retail of $10. It's $10. It's available on Target.com. It's also available at like physical Targets. We picked this one up at a Target in Hotlanta, Georgia, because oh boy is it right now. So the Fireshot is a single shot pistol. I like that the paint is on both sides. I like that that you've got this kind of subtle gold detailing on the red dragon scales. I like that the scales are molded into the shell. I like a lot of the functional design where you can hold darts on the blaster's fins, I guess, itself. And it definitely, it's looking draconic, right? There's a lot of dragon sort of elements and filigree to it. You've got these rubber spines on the back. No wings per se, but the rubber spines are nice because you're definitely not gonna like hook yourself or hurt yourself on them. They are a soft rubber. They remind me very much if you played with the Alien Menace blasters. They're a lot like that. As far as the blaster itself, you've got a direct pullback and fire. It's close. If your hands are much larger than mine, you will notice that this comes very close. But these are perfect for beginning modders because it's so very easy to knock out this air restrictor, to rebarrel them, to put bigger springs in them, et cetera, and so forth like this. This is a pretty cool shell design as well. I could definitely see myself doing a paint job on it at some point. I think that it's a lot of fun. I like the built-in dart storage, but I also like that it's not necessary. You could easily just throw these in a dump pouch or what have you. Overall, at $10, this is exactly what a $10 single shot pistol should be. It is, vaguely performance adjacent in that I'm sure this will get decent FPS. We'll take it outside and put it over the chronograph, but also it just looks good. It's comfortable. The grip is a little small. You've got this translucent Dungeons and Dragons sort of, I don't even know how to describe it, grip scale almost, but it's got the D&D logo on it, which is relatively new still and looks pretty good. I like that it's vaguely transparent. I think that lends to like the transparent nature of the rubber. It almost looks like this is, imbued with magic or on fire or something. And if this is the vessel by which you cast your cantrips, like a Nerf dart is probably roll 1d4 of damage in D&D world. I don't know. But overall, I dig it. Let's take it outside. Let's put it over the chronograph. Let's give you our final thoughts. All right, so we brought the Fireshot outside. Let's clear off the chronograph. Not bad. So we're gonna get our chrony data. It'll be a small batch of chrony data with 3 of these shots. Go ahead and plug these in here. I like dart storage that's on board like this. I like it particularly because it doesn't really cost you anything in terms of aesthetics. In fact, it looks kind of like the fins on say a wyvern. Wyvern? How do you pronounce the word wyvern, internet? Wyvern? Weeble deeble deeble dop. Anyway, that's about as much time as it takes for the chronograph to warm up. Let's save ourselves from the embarrassment with a 72. And again, 70 being the elite standard. A little bit of 72, some 69, and 70. So it definitely seems like it's on par, right? Single shot blasters, even when using kind of the lower quality in terms of accuracy that you get out of elite darts, wind up being pretty okay. Just the single shot delivery sort of gives you, well, you know, not incredible shots. We're so used to performance blasters that it's easy to recalibrate. So you're going to be getting about 30-foot shots. But again, I think that this one would be an excellent candidate for a, well, if they catch the wind right, there you go. If it just curves up. But I think that you can expect 30 to 35-foot shots. I think that its spinability is pretty sweet. Normally, these pistols don't have built-in handguards, so that is either a feature or a flaw, depending upon who you are. But at 10 United States dollars, if you even are remotely into dragons, or even high fantasy, or however you want to spin it. I mean, the cool thing about Dungeons and Dragons is that it adapts itself very well into other universes and properties. And so I like the idea of Nerf D&D crossovers. I'm actually, if this is an indicator of what we can expect in terms of build quality, you know, with real screws and functional features on it, then I'm kind of excited to try out the other ones. Hopefully they present a similar value prospect. But in this case, it seems like not unlike with the hyper launch, the smallest so far is definitely the most worth checking out. I think that the Rush 40 was a pretty okay offering if you were already going to get into that world. And I think that given that this was the first one that I could get my hands on, the Fireshot is not so bad. So that's the review. Like I said, only positive things to say about the Fireshot. I think that if your hand's much larger, it's going to be a little less comfortable. But other than that, a solid offering at a reasonable price with, you know, normal performance in terms of its FPS and ranges. I think that it's important to remember sometimes that not all blasters have to be performance. It's pretty great when they can be both, but this one can dip its toe into either world, right? It's an excellent basement blaster, and it would be just fine as a fun-flinging kind of sniper sidearm if you wanted to go all out with it, which I still might. So throw a like on this video, leave me a kind comment down below, and maybe you'll see me on live here pretty soon taking this guy apart, because this one has some merit. It could be a lot of fun. Thanks so much for watching. Much love. Blast on. Drac out.